Hey guys, you're watching B-Tech. It's Basil here, recording a comparison video shot across the Sony Xperia XZ1 and the LG V30. Walking, you can see optical image stabilization on the V30 on the left hand side. There is electric image stabilization on the right hand side, Sony Xperia XZ1. I'm going to be testing out a whole bunch of stuff. First off, let's take a look at how wide the angle is. So you can see that the Xperia XZ seems to get more up top or left and right. It can get closer to the trees either side. However, if I press a button, then the wide angle LG V30 goes into super drive. The LG V30 has two cameras. One is a wide angle 120 degrees, I believe it is. There is no optical image stabilization, it's electrical image stabilization. The other is a regular field of view angle. As you can see, they're both focused on the tree. The Sony Xperia XZ1 is somewhere in between both. There is autofocus on the regular field of view angle lens, but not on the wide angle lens on the V30. So now let's focus in on the tree, get close as we can. They are both focusing okay. I'm having to help the LG V30 along, but it is worth noting that the V30 is not final production software, and the Sony gets a little bit closer in than the V30. So the V30 caps out at about 8 centimeters. The Sony will get to about 5-6 centimeters, really nice and close. It's got focus lock, which is why it has stayed unfocused. Now we can test out the zoom. And I can do that on the V30 by tapping the magnifying glass and zooming in. And I'll zoom in on an object. In fact, let me excuse the shake on the Sony. I'm going to turn focus lock off the V30 as it's messing things up a little bit. Let's focus on one object, those flowers in the distance. And the V30 is being handheld right there. Now I can pinch in on the XZ1, focusing on the same flowers. They look a lot more pixelated on the XZ1. Based on what is going on screen. That said, when you take it off screen, it might look quite different. Now I can tab through and zoom all the way back on the V30, and you can see when I zoom all the way back, it actually doesn't go to the max zoom or widest angle of the regular lens. It goes to the widest angle of the wide angle lens. So tap through a button back to the regular lens. We can test out some exposure shifting. I'm going to point up at the sky, down at the ground. Up at the sky, down at the ground, and back up at the sky. And hopefully now, between the video, the audio, the zooming, the exposure shifting, and the focusing, you should be able to gauge how the LG V30 fares against Sony's latest with its 19 megapixel sensor and super fast slow-mo. And this is a low light shot on the V30 and the XZ1. Low light video, even 4 HD. This is a regular angle lens. This is a wide angle lens. You can go super low light so that you can see how the wide angle lens handles noise and the regular angle lens. And then pan around. And it's all being handheld. And it's also potentially a little bit quieter. There seems to be some screen flickering on the V30. Just to reiterate, if indeed that does come through, this isn't final release software, so that might all change. Hopefully that's given you an idea as to how low light performs indoors. Now let's go outdoors. As promised guys, we are outdoors on the V30 and the Xperia XZ1. We got some music, Oxford Street, walking, loads of people recording. Wide angle. Let's walk around a little bit. So it's super high contrast. Got the wide angle lens on the V30. Now let's get to the regular angle lens. And you can see Oxford Street looking pretty cool. Got a big red bus coming our way. Let's see how these handle moving objects. Amazing. Nike store, bright billboard. Exposure shifting. And again, And now let's try that zoom. Tap magnifying glass, closest focal range, pinched on the XZ, 1, closest focal range on, let's get on the same object right there. So the XZ1 doesn't get quite as close. Pinch out 1 time, and these are the widest angles across both. Point up at the sky, back to the music. You'll also get an idea as to how with really loud background noise, both of these phones can isolate my voice and pick up the music. I'm going to get super close to the music now, because it should be able to handle it. Let's see. And I'm out. If you like the video, click that like button, like the channel, subscribe. It's how you'll stay on top of VTech. Going home now to edit these videos. Bye.